Ever since Amazon released the Echo devices, I've done my best to get my hands on pretty much every one that they make, and the one complaint I've always had is they never made it into a smartwatch. But finally, somebody has. Today we're going to be taking a look at this device, the CoWatch, the first smartwatch that works with Amazon Alexa. Before we get started though, let me go ahead and get this out of the way. I am being sponsored by CoWatch to make this video. In addition to sending the watch out for me to take a look at, they are also compensating me for my time and for providing my opinions, but all opinions provided here are my own. On the outside of the box, you will see that it works with both iPhone and Android. It contains a dual-core 1.2 GHz processor, 1 GB of RAM, 8 GB of built-in storage, a gyroscope, an accelerometer, a compass, a heart rate sensor, a microphone, a speaker, built-in Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4.1, and it all runs off of a 300 milliamp hour battery. Once we dive into the box, you'll see first and foremost, of course, the watch, with some nice felt packaging there to hold it in place. Underneath all of that packaging though, you'll see the instructions, the getting started guide, as well as a troubleshooting guide and a watch band adjustment instruction guide. You get a little bit of warranty information there showing it has 12 months coverage for the device itself and 6 months for the built-in battery and charger. You get a flat micro USB charging cable, as well as the charging pad, which has a micro USB connector. It also has a rubber pad on the bottom of the charging pad just to help keep it in place a little bit better, and a 4-pin magnetic connection that it can make to the watch to hold it in place while charging. You also get a small band adjustment tool. Because it does have a mesh band, you're going to want to adjust it probably to fit your wrist, as well as a glass screen protector if you want to keep your screen safe from scratches. Before we start looking at the watch though, the app to control all of this is available in the App Store, but you can also get it in the Google Play Store. I'm just doing this on an iPhone for the moment. So next up, we put the watch on. I hadn't worn a mesh strap watch before, but you simply just clip it together and you snap the clasp in place. Hold the button on the side of the watch to power it on, and you actually see that it's running Android Wear. This is a highly modified version of Android Wear with all of the Alexa components built into it. Once all of that started up, it just took a few minutes. You can connect to the watch using the app. You have to agree to some terms and conditions, select the watch there from the connection screen. It makes you do a Bluetooth pairing between the phone and the watch, obviously, and then you're able to enable notifications, location information, your calendar, your contacts, and your media to allow access. This may be a little bit different on Android, but on iPhone you have to agree to every individual permission. And as I mentioned earlier, this watch does come with built-in Wi-Fi, so it has the ability to actually communicate with Alexa just using built-in Wi-Fi. And to connect the watch to Wi-Fi, you select Wi-Fi inside of the settings menu, which you can get to by double tapping the power button or by swiping up and selecting what you want. When you select the Wi-Fi connection you want to attach to, it asks you to input the text using your phone. So there's not a built-in keypad or anything. It will just pull that text from your phone onto the watch. And at this point, it's probably time to go ahead and start doing a live look at the watch itself and see everything that it can do. So taking a look at the watch itself, this is the default display, the always-on display. This can be changed whenever you change the watch face. We'll do that in just a minute, but let's take a look at all the features first. If you want to get into the actual display, the actual watch itself, you have to either double tap on the screen or hit the button on the side. So double tap the screen, it wakes up, and there you go. So it says CoWatch. It shows you an analog display of the time. You can see here we have 3 little widgets on top of the clock. So these widgets can be whatever you want them to be within reason. So you can have things like the weather, your calendar information, the Alexa button, which we will come back to. You swipe over, you can get a pedometer, a timer, heart rate monitor, music controls, and that will actually currently play back on your phone. Then you've got different sort of chronometer type things, different days of the week and whatnot you want to show. There's also a phone icon you can use. And if there's any of these you don't really care for, you just sort of hold your finger down on it. It'll take you into a list of all the ones you can select from. So you can see alarm, Alexa, time zone, battery, calendar, chrono things, day of the week, day of the month, flashlight, heart rate monitor, IFTTT. That's another reason why I'm really interested in this and I want to tell you about it in just a minute. Music playback controls, pedometer, step counter, timers, weather. Yeah, so that's about as far as that goes really. But you've got a lot of options there. If you want to get into the settings menu, you double tap on this button. Takes you right into the settings, so you can change your watch face here, Wi-Fi settings, airplane mode, Bluetooth settings, display brightness, volumes, notification settings, basically all the Android Wear type settings. You can also swipe up from the bottom and get quick access to a bunch of different things, so putting it onto Do Not Disturb, Wi-Fi settings, display settings for brightness, battery level, Bluetooth settings, and just the rest of the settings. Then there's also this button here in the center, takes you into, again, you have the settings menu as an option, your full step counter, your weather settings, your alarms, the Alexa app, calendar, heart rate monitor, stopwatch. So this is just a way to get to every single app that you've got installed. And realistically, other than that, it's Android Wear. So technically you can put other watch faces on it. You can get to the watch faces, as you saw there, by holding on the CoWatch logo at the top, and then you can swipe through and change it to whatever one you want. As you can probably see from pretty much all of these, they have those extra 3 or 4 buttons on them. That's kind of a key thing, so you may not be able to get third-party watch faces that work properly on this unless you just don't want to use the little trigger icons. But you've got both analog and digital here. This is a really cool looking one here. You can see it's got a little gauge on it. Let's give that one a shot. And there you go. It's got 3 buttons here, and you should be able to just swipe through those as I did before, and they'll load up and show you all the different options. You want to change it again, just hold it up here, and then you're taken back into your watch face list. So lots of options for whatever you're wearing or whatever you want it to look like. Let's try this one. And there you go, even more options. I like this one because it's kind of got both the analog and the digital all in one place. And as you can see, the always on display does change as well, but pretty nice options. And since it has a built-in speaker and microphone, you can actually use it to make phone calls. Just tap on the button down here, the phone button, choose the person you want to call. You have to set this up inside the app. I'll just tell it to call me on my other phone. And it's dialing. And you can see there it is now calling me. So I can slide to answer it. Hello? 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 And you can kind of hear the speaker there. I tested it pretty thoroughly and it seems to work out all right. And I think realistically last but certainly not least is just the smart functionality. So things like the notifications and interacting with Alexa and if this then that, IFTTT. So if you swipe down, that's where all of your notifications will be. I don't currently have any notifications, but I just went ahead and sent myself a quick email there, and you can see Gmail, Jordan Keys test, woo! So now that I've got that notification, you saw it took up the whole screen, but you can also swipe back up, swipe down and see all whole list, or from that notification, you could always swipe down and see the rest of them. From there, you can swipe to the right, and you can just clear it, swipe to the left to have it open on your phone. There's not a delete option that I've seen yet. It would be kind of nice to have that, but still, being able to just clear it there, it gets the job done for me. And I just sent myself a Hangouts message, and it shows up here, just test message from myself to myself. And as you can see there again, it does say the check mark and the send to phone. If I swipe down, you can get to the other notifications, swipe up to get it to go away. And then again, to get to the rest of the real smarts of this, you do have the Alexa stuff, and if this then that. Now, if you're not familiar with the Alexa devices, the Amazon Echo devices, basically what it does, it takes your voice, it sends it to Amazon and says, do something with this. So it's either give me information, do something to my home connectivity things, loads and loads of different options there. And so with that, I can tap on this little Alexa icon. What time is it in Beijing?
The time in Beijing is 3:42 a.m. on Friday.
How tall is the Empire State Building?
The Empire State Building's height is 1,250 feet, 381 meters.
So as you can see there, it does have a microphone and a speaker, and you just tap on the button here, the little microphone button, in order to do more things with it. Set a timer for 20 seconds.
20 seconds, starting now.
Very handy for the kitchen, although there's another timer built into it already, so that one may not be as useful. Tell me a joke.
Where was the Declaration of Independence signed? On the bottom.
Yeah, I saw that one coming. Oh, and there's my timer going off. And actually use the timer on the watch. That's interesting. Play music.
Amazon Music is not supported for this device.
So as you can see there, it's not going to be able to play back music on the device itself. It's supposed to be able to control music on your phone though. That's another setting that's not an Alexa thing. You can also use Alexa to talk to your other smart home connected things. We'll do that in just a minute. But the last thing I wanted to show you guys is if this then that. Inside of the app, there's an option here for Chronologics. And Chronologics is basically taking some of the buttons on here and giving them extra features using if this then that. And if you're not familiar with IFTTT, go to their website. It's amazing. Basically, you can say, if something happens, do something else. And it connects to a ridiculous amount of online services. So as an example, I've got a couple of things set up here. Very simple one there. If one of the containers is tapped, send a notification. Got my notifications pulled up there. And if I change this flashlight to IFTTT, so I've got that one assigned to the if this then that trigger 2 right here. So if I go ahead and tap on that if this then that number 2, it sends it to the phone. And it says, you tapped a container. So it did send a notification. That's all I've really got that one set up to do. But then you've also got this one. If a container is tapped, then toggle living room on or off. And that is where the interconnectivity, in addition to what you can do with Alexa, becomes really handy. So let's go in there for a minute. So as you can hopefully see, we are now in the living room and the lights are on. But if I go into the watch and tap this IF1, it sends it over to If This Then That. My phone and watch just buzzed. And barring a little bit of a delay there because of the IFTTT service, it turned the lights off. But if you don't want to wait quite that long, you just tap the button, turn on the lights.
Okay.
And there you go. And since I have a smart Wi-Fi plug connected to the Christmas tree, turn on the Christmas lights.
Okay.
There you go. It actually turned on before it even said okay. Turn off the Christmas lights. And on top of that, what I've already forgotten to show you is the heart rate monitor. So just as a test here, if I go ahead and hit this button, it's going to measure my heart rate. And 81 BPM. And that's actually pretty close to where it is right now. According to their website, the battery life is supposed to be up to 32 hours. So all in all, an awful lot of features in this watch. I'm especially excited about the Alexa features as well as the If This Then That feature. Although I will say you do have to have a direct internet connection for the watch in order to use Alexa, be that either your home Wi-Fi connection or tethering using Bluetooth to the phone. But there are two different versions of the CoWatch. There's the stainless steel version and then there's an all black. It's $279 for the stainless steel version, $299 for the black version, and I'll put links to where you can find it down in the description. Thanks again to CoWatch for sponsoring this video, for sending this out for me to take a look at. Thanks to you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a thumbs up down below this video if you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel to receive more videos when they become available, and I'll see you again next time.